It's another hot sunny day here in south central Alaska. We're here in Palmer at our homestead. I've been working on the gardens for the last week, harvesting raspberries, putting down tarps, weeding, etc. All the midsummer maintenance. A lot of work has gone into the orchard. I'm hoping to make it a nice productive space. And now I'm going to show you what I've been working on. Since the last time I showed you the orchard, I've added quite a bit more of this landscaping fabric. I'm really trying to keep down all the grass and weeds and stuff that grows here. It is laborious, let me tell you. Even though it's only maybe 70 degrees, it is sunny and hot, and I am tired. But I've laid down a whole bunch of mulch, trying to really keep down the weeds and, you know, improve the appearance a little bit. All the grass and stuff was really out of control. And I found some other little flowers growing, some kind of little lily that was stuck in the middle of a bunch of grass. But now this whole front edge has got fabric on it and mulch, so that'll help keep things down. Found a little fireweed growing, which hopefully I can cultivate. I want to grow a bunch of that because it's a useful ingredient. We can use it in salads. You can eat the young leaves, the flowers. You know, you can process these things and make, people call it fireweed honey. I don't know what it actually is, but ultimately I think it's a simple syrup, but I have to do more research on that. The irises, of course, are past their blooming stage. They'll wilt down and go to sleep for the winter pretty soon, I guess. And over here, yeah, the actual orchard part really covered up most of the ground with this fabric. And again, these trees are irrigated from below. I've got drip irrigation run underneath here, underneath the fabric, going directly into the soil, so it really cuts down on the loss to evaporation, and the mulch, of course, helps retain moisture as well. This tree here produced a number of apples. I think I had to pick a bunch of them off. I don't know if they're really ripe yet, but the recommendation is always, you know, in the first year or two, pick off, you know, 75% of the apples. I'll probably pick all of these off before I go. Just it'll encourage the plant to create more vegetation instead of putting so much energy into fruit. Back here, these guys need a little more time. I think, you know, this one's not as mature. One of my Honey Crisps. This one is an unidentified apple of some kind. It was here when we moved in. It wasn't in very good shape, but now it's at least got, you know, nice healthy leaves on it. So tarping, mulching, irrigation, etc. has really helped a lot. I tried to grow some pumpkins over here. They didn't really take off. I think all the other weeds and everything really competed them out, and they just didn't thrive the way I was hoping. They also got a late start planting. That wasn't until June that I put those in the ground, so that was kind of a very iffy experiment. And here we have another apple. This is a Norland apple. Again, this one is not super mature, but you know, it didn't produce any fruit. It's got some good healthy leaves on it though, so I'm pretty happy with its condition. And, you know, again, tarp, mulch, irrigation. A couple of the other things that were here when we moved in that didn't look very good. This guy is some kind of a sour cherry plant. I'm trying to see if I can find the tag. It might still be in here somewhere, but anyway, it grew a few cherries this year, but it grew a ton of vegetation. And the one cherry that I ate was nice and sour, so I'm looking forward to this thing producing a lot more next year. It was really just down to some sticks, but you can see all this stuff up here. It's a little hard to see with the backlight, but all this stuff that's a little more on the green side, that's all fresh growth this year. So this put out shoots that are, you know, 18 inches, 24 inches long over the course of the season. So this should do really nicely. This one is questionable. There was another one like it that had a label, double flowering plum. It was in really bad shape. I'm gonna come in here and prune out all this dead stuff and let it grow back. It put up a bunch of new shoots, so hopefully those will do okay and mature. But this dead woody stuff I'm just gonna get rid of because it's not productive at all. And then we've got a crabapple, which is a Malus Red Splendor crabapple, pink. It fruited, not in any real volume. I'm not sure if I'll get much use out of this stuff. This season, certainly not. There's not enough to do anything with it. I think these are known to have one large pit in the middle, so it would take quite a volume of berries to really get anything out of this. I think it's more of an ornamental thing. It grows really nice pink flowers in the spring. And this is another one that was in pretty bad shape when we moved in. Evans Sour Cherry CVI shrub. I think this one now is come back pretty nicely. It's got good, healthy, waxy green leaves, no insect predation. It's really looking in good health. And again, tarp, mulch, irrigation, you know, it's the mantra I've got for taking care of these plants. Automation is the name of the game when you can't be here to tend the crops. And then this is another one of those. This is the one I told you we had two of, the double flowering plum. Again, this one looked like it was dead, but now something is shooting up from the base of it. And hopefully that is what is supposed to be there. It's really hard to tell. Sometimes these things use different root stock, and they have the actual plant grafted onto some other winter hardy root stock, so who knows what this could be. I'm hoping that this is actually the plant and not some other, you know, random root stock that it was grafted onto that's growing up here. But again, I have to prune off all this woody dead vegetation and let the plant try to recover. So, a little overview. There's a ton of unused space in here that hopefully I'll fill up with a bunch more trees and bushes and things, and we'll see what we get. That's just, I guess, a mulch pile, basically. I assume that that's where they dumped all their clippings and everything, because that's what I'm doing with it right now. I don't have anything else to do, so I'm just sort of dumping all the cuttings onto that. That's the update from the orchard over at the homestead in Palmer, Alaska. Hopefully you found this informative, if not interesting, and see you next time.